Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. This is Miss Tarot and we are back today. Happy birthday to my lovely Leos who are coming in strong this month. Leo is all about strength and vibrancy and being the star of the show. They're the lion. So this reading, if you are a Leo sun, moon, or rising, this might resonate extra with you. But if you are here just to see what Leo season has in store for you, you are in the right place. Leo season is all about boldness. So let's take a look and see what bold energy we are going to be stepping into for the end of July and the early month of August. Okay, we are going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle for overall energy. Then we are going to use the, what the heck is the name of this tarot deck? Oh, it's the Lost Soul. That's right, the Lost Soul tarot deck. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. Overall energies for Leo season. There may be multiple messages in this. Sometimes it's one big linear reading, and sometimes it's like, oh, these are a whole bunch of little things all wrapped up into one. All right. I would like one more. That would be fantastic. Thanks. Ooh, you love to see milk and honey. We are also going to get some messages from your spirit guides at the end, so stay tuned for that. Okay, we have the Fates, number 17. We have a Treasure Island, number 9. We have Imagine. That one doesn't even have a number. It's like the beginning of everything. And we have Milk and Honey with 51. Okay, well, let's just take a second and maybe do a little bit of unpacking when it comes to these messages. Okay, I'm going to start with the Fates. And I'm going to get this out of the way, so I hope everybody can see everything's in frame. So, the Fates. The essential meanings of this is like karma, obviously fate, accepting that there are a lot of things you cannot control, cannot change, and kind of knowing what those things are. So, you know, I'm always reminded of that one quote where it's like, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. I'm pretty sure I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty close. There are definitely things in life that you're not going to have control over. And, you know, this is obviously influenced by past experiences that might be faded, you know, things that are preordained by your, you know, with your soul contract, your soul family, or even spirit for a greater purpose that you can't understand in this lifetime. So, you know, sometimes we have the ability to look back and say, oh, I know exactly why that happened, and other times not. So pretty much what we're looking at here is kind of a period of unpredictability where it's kind of like, wow, we're stepping into something big, but we're not going to lay all our cards on the table. Spirit's not going to, and your spirit guides are not going to kind of show you the path yet. But just know what is happening is fated to happen, okay? And I think while that gives you just like, ooh, like a little bit of anxiety, we're creatures of habit. We like to know what's ahead of us. This is definitely something that's not going to be negative, okay? Treasure Island. This is all about the law of attraction, okay? This is bringing your dreams into fruition. This is the results of positive thinking and manifestations. You know, you've probably been working pretty hard and recognizing that your thoughts and your actions absolutely create your reality. But right now what we're looking at, especially for this coming month, is that, you know, in the midst of all, you're going to hit the jackpot. Like you have this untapped potential that is going to be rising within you. And that does kind of jive with the Leo season because, like I said, it's all about boldness and seizing the moment. This is the lion. He doesn't, well, you know, unless he makes all the lionesses go out and work for him, he's usually he's usually pretty aggressive, right? You know, it's taking charge, taking things what yours. And hey, you know what? The lioness are literally, I'm sorry, but they're the ones that run the show. They feed everybody, they take care of everybody, and they keep the lions in check a lot of the time. So just so you know. But what we're looking at right now is trusting your intuition to enter this very truly prosperous phase where, you know, everything that you've been kind of navigating in your life is finally paying off externally. So, you know, this is a period of good fortune, and don't forget to share it with others. And I mean, you know, in terms of your positivity, because what you put out, you're going to get back and continue to get back. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind, right? When it comes to this card of Imagine, it is literally it's square one. Think of it kind of as like the Fool card. It's the sky is the limit, obviously, is kind of what we're looking at. And it's asking you to remember that you are co-creating this. This is like a magician and fool all wrapped into one, and you're aligning with your path. And all you have to do is kind of imagine what's in store for you and believe it with everything that you are, that you're stepping into a period of prosperity, happiness, whatever it is that you want to co-create with the universe right now, and you will be ushered into that. So it kind of, what do I want to say here? It's a turning point when it comes to, you know, aligning your manifestations with your goals and what moves forward. So just kind of take it that. And I'm sorry, this does have a number. It's number 20, but number 2s are about alignment and being able to stay on the path. If you start seeing the numbers 222, that's definitely something where you are on the right path. You're aligned with wherever you were fated to go next. Okay. Now, the number 51 with Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey is an overwhelmingly positive card. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's like the last, it's not the last card in this deck. I'm like 99% sure, but it's about prosperity and opportunities that are born from authenticity, trusting that your needs are going to be met, really understanding that there is a higher power guiding you, and absolutely looking out for you, trusting the process, you know, enjoying the land of like milk and honey, right? And really understand that abundance is an energy that you're living in a part of. Okay. So that's actually very overwhelmingly positive in terms of your month of end of July, next 30 days-ish. But let's take a look and see what we got with the tarot cards. I'm just going to give these a quick... Don't you dare fall. I might take that card because you never know, especially if it lands up. It did. I'm going to take it. But let's see here. One more. And I'm just going to take one card for each. So we're going to hit that with the Fates. I need 3, please. Okay, 6 of Swords. Wow. 10 of Swords. Okay. A lot of air energy. And the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so let's clarify these, all right? So we have the 8 of Cups, the Fates with the Fates. So there might be something that you are absolutely walking away from because something you have made a conscious decision to not be stuck with this anymore. The 8 of Cups has a lot to do with leaving things behind that are no longer serving us. And when it comes to the 8 of Cups, don't ever feel like you are, there might be feelings of abandoning something. This is you reaching your limit. You have the ability, the strength, the courage to move away from whatever the situation is that's no longer serving you. And this is a very good time to embark on an adventure of like self-discovery, introspection, searching deeper truths, that sort of thing. But this is definitely something that is fated. So if there is a situation right now to where you have been toying with the idea of just letting it go and moving on with your life and never looking back, this is absolutely the strong sign to say that yes, you are aligned with this and you need to move the heck on. Now, when it comes to the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is about transitioning. It's progressing. It's moving into calmer waters. This particular card doesn't show what the Rider-Waite usually does, but if you remember, it is, some figures on a boat moving through some choppy waters into smooth waters ahead. So if it looks like, especially, it's funny that it's following the fates, because we talked about leaving something behind that is no longer serving you. So if you're in the middle of this or getting ready to do this or have done it, definitely take that as it resonates. But the Six of Swords is letting you know that you are going to transition through this, and there's going to be quite a bit of healing that is involved. You are not, this also could signify travel or, running from a very difficult time and just finding a way to escape. But it does have a lot to do with moving into greener pastures. And we do have the period, the Treasure Island here, where it's like whatever this decision is that you are going to be moving away from is really going to open up huge opportunities for, abundance and happiness and just fulfillment, wish fulfillment, kind of pulling through. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords with Imagine. And when we talked about Imagine and it being a situation where you are having to manifest and create things, we're kind of looking at the end of a difficult cycle. So this sometimes it has to do with a little bit of a painful ending, where it could be a relationship, a friendship, or even a job coming to an end that was kind of unforeseen. But it's literally reminding you that, again, we cannot control everything. Endings create safe spaces and create good spaces for new opportunities to emerge. You're on the way to recovery and regeneration. Things are going to get better because the worst of it is over. Pulling yourself together and kind of learning from your past and hardships. And I just got a flash, and it's very much Leo, is kind of that Phoenix rising energy where, it's the Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's a very strong symbol of hope and renewal and not giving up, which is very much Leo, actually. And then when we come to the Eight of Pentacles with Milk and Honey, the Eight of Pentacles is a time of it's your hard work, it's your commitment, it's all of the diligence and dedication that you've taken through developing your skills, repeating tasks, achieving mastery, taking whatever challenges and whatever this learning is and applying it. You're right on like the brink of achieving great success, because, the Nine of Pentacles is the next step beyond this. And it's like, you're right on that cliff to where you're just going to kind of topple over into amazeness. And that's why we have all of these here. So let's see what else the tarot has to say. Please tell us now about what is coming in with these situations, and give us some advice. We want some advice. I'm just going to take whatever flies. Okay. Four of Wands. Woo! We always love to see that. Four of Wands is always positive. Five of Pentacles at the center. Five of Cups. Okay. And then we have the Four of Cups kind of flipping out with that. Anything else? And the Two of Wands. Okay. So this is going to be kind of the advice portion. Okay. So when it comes to the Four of Wands, how do we want to apply this? When it comes to the Four of Wands, it does have a lot to do with being surrounded by those in your community who uplift you, feeling welcome and in harmony with others. So there's, could be family get-togethers, could be celebrations, but either way, it's teamwork, it's prosperity. Hey guys, can you stop making noises over there? Oh my goodness. It's focusing on your own personal goals and achievements as well, and taking your milestones personally. You absolutely need to celebrate yourself and your achievements, and giving yourself some time and space to allow yourself to move through that difficulty and move forward. Because I think with the Five of Pentacles here, the Five of Pentacles is kind of sometimes has to do with living in kind of a lack mentality, holding on to people, possessions, situations, past issues, that sort of thing. Being kind of, I don't want to say stuck in toxicity, but it's definitely a change of circumstances, because you kind of feel, left out in the cold. And when you have to leave something behind in order to move forward into periods of growth, obviously there's something that you're going to have to cut out of your life in order to make these new opportunities and really kind of rise. But that's not without a period of maybe a little bit of sadness, right? So, but it's a positive change in your circumstances. So this could very much mean that by letting all of this go, there's going to be an improvement in relationship. There could be, improvement in finances and luck and that sort of thing. So just making sure that you are looking out for opportunities and not always kind of living in that lack mentality. Because again, like what we were talking about up here, the energy that you're going to put out is very much what you're going to put back or get back. So make sure that you're putting out the positivity. Make sure you're putting out an understanding that you are being taken care of and that things are on its way up. Because I get it. It's really hard to kind of go back down into the muck when it comes to, losing something or someone or anything that you have to walk away from. Sometimes we second guess ourselves and say, oh, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that, or I shouldn't have ended that. I want it back. You don't, okay? There's a clear thing here saying you absolutely don't. So when it comes to the Four of Cups, and we have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups right next to each other. The Four of Cups is exactly what I was talking about, yearning, regret, focusing on the negative. Definitely make a point to reevaluate what is important to you, because I think that realizing what makes you feel unfulfilled and unhappy is going to make you feel better about the change that you are making, right? Situations are always going to turn out a little bit different than what's expected. But definitely avoid staying away from dwelling on the past or, indulging in sadness or self-pity, because while these problems can mostly be emotional is what I'm trying to say. These aren't things to mourn over, because it was something that had to leave your life that was causing you harm, right? So, definitely leave the past in the past is kind of the overall message here. But when it comes to the Two of Wands, which is came out last, so I would probably say is the final. We're definitely going to get some more advice from your spirit guides, though, when it comes to the other oracle decks. But the Two of Wands, it has to do with making decisions and two paths and options. And you very much may have that feeling that you you're on that precipice of coming into harmony, or going back to what is familiar and what was fine for in the moment but wasn't very good for you. And you're definitely on that diving board when it comes to which way do we go. And I think you know exactly which way you need to go. You really need to kind of keep in mind with the Four of Wands that you're just going to have to really rely on those who surround and support you, and really find the joy in everyday activities that maybe you were missing out on when it comes to the things that you would be leaving behind. Okay. Let's give it. I'm going to get some messages, and we are also going to get some messages. messages, but we're going to go with these first. Let's see. I want your spirit guides to tell you exactly what we're doing. So it does look like for the month of August, you are coming into something big and new, but you're definitely going to have to close a door on something in order for those new opportunities, new windows to open. So I feel like that one wanted to come out, and that one. Aha. Anything else you want to say to... Okay. Very good. Okay. Wow. Release. Release grudges, wounds, pent-up feelings through healthy activities. Did I not just say that? When it comes to the Two of Wands and relying on your group with the Four of Wands, being able to reestablish that joy and taking part in things that you may not have been able to do before. You got to stay away from this precipice where you could be falling into old habits. You really want to release all that stuff. We also want to release our self-limiting beliefs. Negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life. Definitely pay attention to that and get rid of it. That's you have all these. I feel like this is just reiterating exactly what the tarot was trying to tell you. And the tarot is trying to tell you that this is the situation, but this is what we're trying to move into, right? We also have a new opportunity and apology, forgiveness through mutual understandings. And sometimes apologies and forgiveness is not about letting somebody or something go and forgiving them. Sometimes it's just about being able to move on and closing that chapter. If reaching out and having that finality is what you need, I would never encourage somebody to apologize just for the sake of it, and if you don't mean it. But I think the overall meaning here is that you need to close the door, and whatever way you need to do that, whether it's issuing an apology or not expecting an apology from the other person and really accepting that as its own final door shutting, you need to figure something out in terms of letting it go and not holding on to the past. Because here we go, here's a new opportunity on the horizon. Insights gained from new experience, job, or partner. Pretty much anything that's going to be coming new into your life right now is going to be better, more prosperous, definitely more harmonious. It's also fated to go away, but you are going to have to make the conscious effort to keep it out of your life, okay? Let's get a couple more, because I love the numbers. These are always kind of like words of affirmation, or affirmation cards. Yeah. You are. Anything else? Okay, so these are reminders. These are what we got here. So I am centered. A wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. I am centered. You are just getting overwhelming repeating messages. Get away from whatever this is. Run. I am ingenious. You have a great leadership skills. Your mind is sharp, allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details, then direct things how to carry things out. You know what is good for you. You know the steps you need to take to do things that are good for you. You might need to think out of the box maybe a little bit sometimes here and there, but you are totally capable. You do not need anything but your own mind to bring you happiness. I am abundant. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. And then finally, we have I am stable with the number 4. You bring stability and rationality to the situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. And it's funny that that came out over the 8 of Pentacles when it comes to the hard work, the stability, and things like that. That is all the messages that I have for you and for your upcoming Leo season. Now, happy birthday again to all my lovely Leos. But what I want to say is this was kind of a lot. So if it's, if this resonated with you, definitely give it a moment to like and subscribe. If it helped you feel more aligned, share it with another Leo who may need it or may need to hear it, or share it with somebody who is going through a tough time maybe. But either way, definitely give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Happy birthday to the Leos. I will see you guys at your next reading later this week for the week ahead. Take care. Bye.